Hey, big bro, just want to wish you the very happiest birthday ever. And Jeff, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but you know, I've been thinking about it, and I'd have to say, of all the family members, you have made the biggest impact on my life. Seriously, I've thought about
This
this.
is Frank. This is Frank Happy.
What?
This is Frank Happy.
Kathy? Hey, Kathy, just want to wish you the very happiest birthday ever. And Kathy, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you, but I've been thinking about it, and of all the family members, I would have to say that you have made the greatest impact on my life. I'm serious. I mean that sincerely. All right, so it's time for some major special effects. I am sitting in the chair that you gave me, and which is now residing over a river in the South Island of New Zealand. It is absolutely an amazing chair. I sit here and I think profound thoughts like, if you lived here, you'd be home by now. Or, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Oh yeah, that's me. Anyway, there's a lot of river sounds here, so I'm going to get up out of my chair and walk with you a little bit. Anyway, the reason for this whole thing is to tell you all the millions of reasons we love you. Well, good grief, there's so many of them, it's ridiculous. I could go on forever. Why do I love you? Well, ha ha ha, I'm such a funny guy. Okay, there are millions of reasons why I love you, and if I have to tell you by now, well, this video isn't going to help a whole lot. I adore you for lots of reasons, and just to remind you of some, I will list them. These are just a few. First of all, you have always been sort of the first in my life in a million different ways. You are my first memory. I don't have any memory before the memory of sitting with you on the edge of my bed, and you know the whole story, staging the little scene of my favorite storybook, where the little girl and her teeny little brother are sitting on the edge of the bed. My very first memory is of my sissy, Kathy. You are the first woman I've ever known to go out with a priest and a man who dresses like a woman and a guy who is neither Jeff nor man. I've never met anybody else like that. You, Kathy, are the person who I think initially prompted me to begin a spiritual quest. You remember the early experimentations with Carlos Castaneda and Est and Silva Mind Control and all the other things that we were kind of playing with to see who we are and who God is and how to relate with Him. You were an amazing force in my life to help me understand that there was more to life than just me, and that's important to me. You are also the first, and in many ways still are, that I talk to when it comes to spiritual issues. I remember being in the woods and falling in love with the creator of this creation, though I didn't really know God. I was just anxious to know Him. And I remember thinking, I need to write to Kathy, because she's the only one who will understand. And writing you and saying, I just wish I had someone to thank for all this beauty. I was longing to know the Creator, and I knew you would understand that. And it was only you I wrote to about that. You are also the first in terms of initiating hard conversations. Somebody else, I think Margie, talked about you being tough and tender, and you are. But better than that, you're the kind of person who has the chutzpah, the verve, the mettle, to approach people like me, who might be blind about certain things, with the conversations that need to be had. And I so appreciate that. I've gone through some tough trials, even in the last couple of years. You have been there to give me sound wisdom and to be a listening ear. That's priceless. That's the kind of stuff, those are the kinds of people who shape us and help us to become better people. You are that person. So I think you're awesome. And this is awesome too. This is my new iPod Bible. Of course, I have a verse that makes me think of you. Here's what it says. Philippians chapter 1. I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, Kathy. It says Kathy right there. Always in every prayer of mine for you, making requests with joy, being confident of this very thing, that he which has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Messiah. Even as it is appropriate for me to think this of you, because I have you in my heart. And boy, that's the truth, honey. I have you in my heart. I love you so much. Happy birthday.